What's up, Zwifters? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the all-new This Season on Zwift press release that was released just this morning, and it covers everything new that is going to be coming to Zwift over the next few seasons on Zwift. Let's dive into the details. Now, there are a few key things that I'm going to be covering on this video, and that is the new Watopia expansion, the queuing function called My List, the new heads-up display refresh, the Training Connections API release, and celebrating the Tour de France on Zwift. Let's dive into the details here. So first off, we have the new Watopia expansion, and that is sort of one of the bigger highlights of this press release, and that is the grade. That is the name of the new climb that Zwift is going to be adding in Watopia, and this climb is going to be supposedly a very challenging climb, and it's going to be the newest expansion to Watopia's southern coast. So earlier, we saw the Southern Coast released in 2023, and now you will be able to go from parts of the Southern Coast to up the Epic KOM, and that's something that has been requested for quite a while, because a lot of Zwifters have come up with ways that you can sort of go from different parts of Watopia and up different angles of the Epic KOM. So that is a pleasant surprise, and nobody really expected this. I thought we were all expecting Mount Fuji, or Mountain Zuji is what I call it, in the Bakuri Islands, but I don't think we'll be getting that anytime soon, as Zwift has been focusing on this new climb that they have added that goes up another side of the Epic KOM. Zwift says that this creates a direct, very steep passage from Ciudad de la Cumbre, which is pointed out on the map right now, to the top of the Epic KOM, and the expansion will launch with several new routes available for freeride exploration, training, and racing. So, as usual, we'll get a solid amount of new routes that cover these new roads that you'll be able to freeride and create group rides and events on. And then as the months go by, we'll definitely see more routes, and hopefully maybe a new Uber Pretzel route, because we haven't seen one in a while, and we have added quite a few roads since the Uber Pretzel's launch. The Watopia expansion is aiming to be released in June of 2024. Now, please note that a lot of these dates are pretty loose, so a lot of them can change pretty quickly, as we've seen over the past few seasons on Zwift. Next up, we have the My List, which is sort of like a queuing function, and the key to having this feature is that a lot of riders don't really have time to just think about their rides before they start riding, so you're sort of just in a hustle and you gotta get your workout done in, say, 60 minutes, and you just want to log on to Zwift, have your ride ready, and just click start. And that's really what this My List feature aims to do. So now in the companion app, you will be able to create your own list of workouts that you have, so then you'll sort of be building your own training plan in a way, so you can add things like routes, events, and workouts to your queue, and then you'll be able to just start your ride, because it'll show up right in your For You section now, once this feature is launched. Now, the target release date is April 2024, so expect to see that really, really soon. Next up, we do have the heads-up display refresh, and this is something that the name doesn't do it justice. It says it's a heads-up display refresh, but it has a lot more than that. And while the refresh does include some very welcome changes, such as the addition of a gradient map that's actually functional, and some other more intuitive looking elements on the screen, and overall just a more modern look, similar to something that My Whoosh has. I have a picture of My Whooshes on the right and Zwift's on the left. But we can see that everything has just gotten a lot rounder and more simple, so it's sort of going to start to match the rest of Zwift. So they're starting to transfer everything to that more round look and futuristic, more modern feel to the app, rather than the retro look that they've been holding for quite a while at this point. Now, while the heads-up display refresh is a great change, the biggest thing is that the update will allow Zwifters to customize data fields shown in the power tile of the heads-up display via the in-game settings menu. So the settings menu is getting a complete rehaul with some new additions to the menus. So you're going to have general, audio and video, hardware, and heads-up display. So this is really cool, because for the past, I don't know how long, it's been a really long time, but Zwifters have been asking to be able to customize what elements they do see on the screen, what elements they don't see, for quite a while now, and pretty much all the competitors do have this implemented into their apps already, so you can currently just go into My Whoosh and just start playing around with your elements. But Zwift has not added this yet, and they will be adding this in this next update. So you'll have 4 slots that you'll be able to customize, and you'll be able to add things such as speed, average power, power to weight ratio, also known as watts per kilogram, cadence, and heart rate. And those are just things that you're going to be able to customize at the launch, but I suspect that we'll be seeing a lot more things that are pretty similar to sauce for Zwift functionality. So you'll see a lot more customizability, I think, in the future, but at launch, it's just going to be speed, average power, watts per kilogram, cadence, and heart rate. Zwift is aiming to get the heads-up display refresh out in summer of 2024, so that's a pretty loose time frame. I suspect we'll see it close to the end of the summer, so I'd say probably August or September-ish, so keep your eyes peeled. Now we do have a few more things to talk about, and that is, firstly, training connections. Now, formerly, it took a lot of partnerships within Zwift and the other companies in order to make it so that workouts automatically sync from, like, say, Training Peaks to Zwift, Trainer Road to Zwift, stuff like that. But now Zwift will have an API connection that will give Zwifters greater flexibility with how they want to train on the platform, providing better integration with other platforms and coaching services. So it's going to work a lot like the current third-party connections. So once the API connection is set up and approved, workouts built outside of Zwift will pull directly into the Zwift platform and show in the custom workouts folder. The training API will launch later this spring with a few launch partners. Other providers will be able to sign up for this open API later in the summer. It's great to see that Zwift is really open to working with other companies in order to provide a better workout experience for Zwifters, since Zwift's workouts, I'd say, aren't the best, and there's a lot better selection elsewhere on other platforms. Zwift is aiming to get this out by early summer of 2024. Next up, we got Tour de France on Zwift. Zwift is actually the official training software provider to the Tour de France, and Tour de France is going to be coming very soon in July, and we've got a month full of tour-themed content coming up ahead of us. And one of the biggest things that Zwift is going to be doing is making a lot of Tour de France-themed climb portals. So we're going to get a lot of climbs, and we're going to have 3 weeks of different climbs that are going to be added, with around 3 climbs for each week, and these climbs will correlate to climbs that are actually being used in the Tour de France in different stages. So we'll get a climb from stage 1, 4, 11, 14, 15, 19, 20, and 21, and you can see that list of climbs headed up on the screen right now. Zwift's Watch the Femmes campaign is going to be throughout the entire month of August, and it's supposed to be a very exciting event, and in the past years it has been very successful. There's going to be a final stage finishing on the top of Alpe d'Huez, or Alpe du Zwift, and it's going to be all decorated for the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift, which is pretty exciting. There was also going to be some decorations in Paris and France on Zwift, and from August 18th to the 25th, there will be group rides with RoboPacers up Alpe du Zwift every 2 hours. So this is a perfect way to really have someone have a RoboPacer to pace you up the climb to help you set a new personal record. It's also going to be a weekly structured workout inspired by Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift contenders. Now, I know that was a lot of information, and I hope you all learned all about this season on Zwift, and it overall was a very exciting press release, and it's great to see what Zwift is going to be having coming soon. So stay tuned for more specific videos about each of those topics. Thank you for watching, and ride on.